So the idea is the blueprint has already been printed out for you. It's already there. You just have to make it yours. And what makes you ideal is you. What makes you unique is you. So you have the opportunity to take something that's already been done. Podcasting is not new. It's been around. Before podcasting, there was radio. Before radio, there was newspapers, or meetings in the courtyard, whatever they call it. Soapbox. You stand on a soapbox when you speak. This is not new. But how do you make it your own to a point where somebody's going to say, I used to listen to this podcast, but when I started listening to this one, it made me forget about that one.
Oh.
So that's when I say when good artists copy, you can copy and then you just replicate something else that somebody already did. But when you steal, you make people forget about what they were doing before. Well, who did it first?
When you're dealing with these lessons, not failures, but these lessons, it teaches you to humble thyself, get your ego out of certain situations. Because if you go into every business deal with an ego, guess what? Your dick's not always going to be the biggest one. I promise you that. And you're going to lose out on certain shit. You know what I mean? And it's like, if you remove your ego out of the situation, and in the military, I used to tell people, play the fucking game.
Right.
Play the fucking game. Make the game work for you. Because the more you try to buck against the system's not going nowhere. Especially if you're on the outside. So it's like, there's a lot of things that mentally you got to get straight for business, just even before you get to the relationship part. And on Jay's part, I wanted to ask you, I wrote it down. I journaled, Iris. Wrote it down.
Can you not do this? Can you not do this right now? Because this dude was laughing for like 20 minutes because I said I journal. He's like, like, so go ahead, guys, because I'm done with him.
Like right now, we're talking about starting different ventures together, right? There's stigmas that come with that. And I know I love my lady. But there's times when we be talking about certain business shit, I'm like, oh, you look at this different from how I do. So is this shit gonna fucking actually work out? Because when we sit there, and I know me, let's find a little bitch inside of me. If you do some shit I don't like in business, it's coming home. Because I want to talk about that shit later. You know what I mean? And I don't want that shit. So it's like, sometimes I'll be like, do I really want to be in business with my lady though? So like, I want Jay's opinion on that one or whatever. Like doing little things, like she helps me out on a lot of projects that I do, but helping out and actually being in business together, I think it's something totally different.
Yeah. Jay, I mean that question that was for you, but I know we see you. You.
What are you doing, boy?
You got your child. Kevin's yelling at his kid. This is why mine is in bed. Mine is asleep.
I'm not yelling at nothing.
Mine was at the gym. Fine. He's stranded.
He's over here just giggling in the corner. I think he heard me.
Oh, Lord. All right. I think we are gonna get to wrapping it up. We got one crying child. You got one giggling child. Fena's finally eating food.
And I gotta pick up mine.
And you gotta get yours from the gym. Any last words? You know what? Think of me. What is your advice to me? And I already know what Kev's is gonna be. He's gonna be like, just shut up and do it. What is your advice to people who are like me, where there is fear in taking that plunge? There is fear in failure. What's your advice besides just do it?
Believe in yourself.
Damn, that was quick and short to the point. Go ahead, Fena.
I'm going to say something that I use this all the time to myself. If I can't use it for myself, how can I preach it to somebody else, right?
Mm-hmm.
The wheel has already been invented, right?
Right.
It's already been done, right? What makes yours different? So Pablo Picasso has this wonderful quote that I literally walk around with. Good artists copy, great artists steal. So the idea is the blueprint has already been printed out for you. It's already there. You just have to make it yours. And what makes you ideal is you. What makes you unique is you. So you have the opportunity to take something that's already been done. Podcasting is not new. It's been around. Before podcasting, there was radio. Before radio, there was newspapers, or meetings in the courtyard, whatever they call it. Soapbox. You stand on a soapbox when you speak. This is not new. But how do you make it your own to a point where somebody's gonna say, I used to listen to this podcast, but when I started listening to this one, it made me forget about that one.
Oh,
So that's when I say when good artists copy, you can copy and then you just replicate something else that somebody already did. But when you steal, you make people forget about what they were doing before. Well, who did it first?
I like
So,
that.
so that's how I look at it that way. I'm gonna go back to my chips.
Kev, Iris, Jay. Well, Jay's busy.
I
but
I kind of already told you
I know.
it's never gonna be a good time. So if that's what you're waiting for, it's not gonna happen. You're never gonna have the funds to do it. If that's what you're waiting for, it's never gonna happen. And to piggyback on what Fena said, one thing that I took from the military is the KISS acronym. Keep it simple, stupid. Like that's a big fact. Like,
Yo,
I'm not here to reinvent the wheel, like Fena said.
Mhm.
simplicity.
Everything that's on my board, everything that I do, somebody's doing it. But you know what I do? I point out one individual or one company and said, that's the standard that I want to copy. I'm not going I'm not going to go after Apple. I'm not going, listen, I'm tier 3, tier 2 at best. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I know my lane. We've been saying that a lot lately. I know my lane. If it's going to work for me, it's going to work for me. If it's not, I'm going to learn either to move on or how to make the wheel, add another spoke to this wheel that's already been created. Because I'm not that smart to create something new from scratch. I'm not Jeff Bezos. I didn't see selling books online was going to become Amazon. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not Steve Jobs that knew that everybody needed a computer in their household. These people see something bigger than I want to say that I'll ever see. I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. I might see something that's missing in the culture, like a Fena, and go create something that's going to keep getting bigger and bigger, and now pricing me out of her ever being my brand company. But, you know, it is what it is. But my sister's winning right now. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But she didn't have to reinvent the wheel. The shit was there.
Yeah.
She just found her niche. She found her thing. And now her niche is going to be going global at some point.
Yeah.
That's all it is. I changed my name to Kevin B. the brand because I honestly maneuver as if I am a brand. I saw, it was like years ago because I was Mr. Black the host.
Mhm.
And then years ago, I saw something that said, everybody's a walking billboard. The moment they walk out of their house, and when my friends were like, yo, I love the way you dress, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, damn, I am a freaking walking billboard. I'm a brand in itself.
Mm-hmm.
The brand of Kevin, and now I'm developing it to more than what it is. And now Caden is the legacy. That's why his LLC is Caden Be the Legacy. The brand is building something for the legacy. And that's how I maneuver everything that I do.
Oh my gosh, and your last name starts with B. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
That's the branding right there, and her came out. She's like, oh. Iris, I'm gonna let you pop in. Go ahead. Advice.
Because see what happened, y'all was all getting deep and stuff, and I was over here like
Iris is like,
tryna-
just do it,
Okay,
like
you know
Nike.
what, Iris? You know what you remind me, Iris, of? You know when you're in a cipher and then the rapper goes first, and then by the time the second rapper is about to go, they're like, ain't nothing come out.
They be like, yo, check it. Yo, check
Check
it.
it.
Yeah, check it.
Like, damn, I should've went first. You know when you gonna laugh, it's like, damn, people done said everything, like, damn,
No,
like,
you over here waiting for the beat done drop.
listen, I need wheel and come again, selector, all of that, because what is going on? Okay, no, but I got something. I wrote it down, but I was like, do I love it? But I was like, I'm gonna love it. It's fine because I know the pressure was gonna be on. I know who I'm dealing with here, so yeah, I got my message for you. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so my message to you is to stick to your mission. And I say stick to your mission because if you know what your mission is, you know what your purpose is, and you understand why you're doing it, whether it's because there's a lack of it in the community or you want to see expressions on people's faces, whatever the case is, that can be enough drive for you to surpass that fear. Like, your mission should be able to drive you through, even if you have to change your mission up a little bit here and there, but your mission should be able to drive you through that fear. And that's it. That's it. That's what I got.
Hey.
Mic dropped.
Mike
Where's my
is
mic at?
dropped.
I have a book recommendation for you.
Yo, she had such a great idea. and I want to piggyback off it, but I'm gonna let her shine though. I'm gonna let you shine.
Let her
Who you
shine.
talking
What's
to?
the book?
Rachel?
Simon Sinek has a book. He does a TED Talk, and the book is actually called Start With Why.
That's what I was about to talk about that, because he says if you operate
Just
from
dropped
the
it in
why,
the chat.
how, what, the why, how, what is what makes the greats the great. Whereas everybody else, they work from what, how, why. What do I do? How I do it? And then they don't even get to their why. Whereas the Steve Jobs and the Jeff Bezos and all that, they're like, why I do this, and this is how I do it, and this is why you want to get what I'm giving you.
Called the golden
Why is
circle.
this key?
The golden circle, that's right.
Lisa
All right.
Nichols said it too, since y'all want to throw out names.
You can't tell her anything.
No, she's so bad.
Nichols said it.
For those that don't read, like me, I like reading articles. A book, my brain doesn't work like that, because I'm just gonna go off into space.
I can't.
Uh,
Yeah, but go ahead.
Audible
business-
is your friend. Use
audio books, and then also
What's auto book?
Audio.
EYL is a great podcast. Like,
Earn Your Leisure is amazing.
yeah, I listen here. I be driving in the car about to crash because I'm taking down notes. Like, some of these people, it's like we said, don't reinvent the wheel. It's already been done for you. And people like to talk and say, hey, look, I'm successful. Here's what I did. Oh, thank you, sir. Give me that blueprint, and I'm going to make it work for me now. And I learned so much, and to the point where it's like, that's how I'm developing some of these other lanes, because it's like, oh, that's passive income right there. I don't even need to do shit on that one. Oh, that's another one. Oh, that's a good hit. Like, legit, if it all works out, I'll have 9 streams of income in the next few years.
Amen.
Out of the 9.
You mean when it all works out? Don't if.
Manifestation.
The only reason why I say if is because a few of them I put question marks beside it, because it might not be my lane.
Then there's going to be something else that presents itself.
You're right.
Exactly.
You're right.
Jason, I'm gonna let you give me words of wisdom.
I'm about to pull an Irish card.
Jason's out here just sharing files.
You know, we got to talk about Brian, because I think we got like something's happening.
No, we're talking. We're closing out, and I'm having everybody give words of wisdom to those who are like me, who would love to follow your lead but are afraid of taking that leap. And you can't say just do it.
And it has to be deep.
I didn't say that part, but that's my mind went completely different. I went somewhere else.
I'd say it.
I was like, that's what she said.
So the question is, advice for people who want to begin an entrepreneurial journey.
Inspiring entrepreneurs who feel they may not be ready to take that leap. Just think of me. How many times do you and I sit and talk and you're just like, dog, you could be doing this, and that. I'm like, yeah, I know. Right. But so.
Well, I mean, that's the truth right there. If you don't feel you can be, you won't be. So instead of worrying about the steps to take, worry about the feelings to have. And really embrace a sense of championship. Yeah, I want to do this thing. I'm capable. I'm going to go do it. I'm going to learn how to do it. And I'm not going to superficially learn. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to just read the book to say that I looked at the book. I'm going to read the book to learn the book so I can execute what the book was teaching me. Actually retain knowledge and go out there and implement it. And another thing is something that I would recommend to anybody who's starting out that I didn't do for myself. Stop second guessing. Don't come up with something where God is telling you, listen, that's all you. That's all your blessing. And then you say, okay, thank you, God, but I don't know if I can. Bullshit. Don't do that. That ain't. They say it in that voice.
For real.
It's definitely that voice.
No,
hate that
that's how dumb we sound.
For real. Exactly. It sounds that horrible, right? Because you like second guessing yourself. Don't second guess yourself.
Yeah.
Know what's for you is for you. That's why you thought of it.
Mm-hmm.
Go get it. And I know you said don't say just do it, but nigga, Nike that shit. Like you got to. You don't have a choice.
Yo, you such an entrepreneur. Like you found a way around. Just do it.
You have to. Listen. Something nobody might know this about me this month. I did martial arts for the majority of my life. All right. I competed and I was damn good. Damn good. I lost track when I had my first son and I was just like out of it. But trying to get back to where I was, I couldn't understand why the fuck am I not able to acclimate like I was before? I wasn't thinking about if I could do that. I just did it. And I knew it was new to me, but I knew that I could do it. So I did it. Right? It's the same thing with this entrepreneurship. You just got to do it. You have to believe enough to do it. I just had this conversation with my wife. An infant mind state. An infant, as they're growing into a toddler, does not wonder if they're gonna walk. There's no, oh, maybe I can take this first step and do something. But you don't do that. You don't do that. I'm gonna get up. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna go start pulling shit off the shelf, nigga, because that's how I roll.
Listen, mine just started doing it. I know.
And there's no second guessing.
Right.
Infant mentality. You just
go. You just do it.
That's it.
We're gonna let Kev talk with his light skin raised hand.
I couldn't turn it black for some reason. I was like, what the fuck?
You did. It was doing
a thumbs up a minute ago, though.
Yeah, I know. I was like, it failed me. But also, just like we all listen to different podcasts and business people, entrepreneurs always tell you, oh, you gotta do it, you gotta do it. I want to caution people also. Yes, strive for your dreams, but know there's going to be a lot of fuck ups along the way. There's going to be a lot of disappointments. There's going to be a lot of L's. There's going to be lost income, lost wages, lost friends, lost family. But if you know that's what you're supposed to be doing, God damn, it's going to be worth it at the end. Mm-hmm. And the last thing I'm going to leave with is another content video that I'm going to be producing soon of speech that I'm coming out with is, everybody likes to say, I'm going to do it tomorrow. Yesterday's tomorrow's here. So now what you going to do? Yesterday's tomorrow is here. So I don't want to hear I'm going to do it tomorrow no more. It's here.
Tomorrow.
It's here.
Yeah.
The most never-ending day in the calendar is tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That's the most never-ending day because everybody got it tomorrow. But if you really think about it, we now have more yesterdays than we have tomorrow.
Yeah.
So if you keep putting it off till tomorrow and it's not here for you, then you done wasted it. People say it all the time also. Most dreams are in cemeteries right now.
Why y'all wait to the end to be dropping all of these?
Like, you asked the question at the end.
That's right. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Just saying, like, it's not glitz and glam. It's not for everybody, but if you figure out your lane and you have your purpose, damn, it's all worth it in the end. I swear to it. Because right now, I ain't even scratch nowhere near the surface where I'm supposed to be at, and it's already worth it for me.
Well, they did say at what, 38, Oprah got fired from her job. I forgot.
Oprah got fired from what job?
I forgot what.
No, it was on the radio.
What was she? Yeah, she was like 30. A radio person at 30.
She got fired. 20-something?
No, it was 30 something, and I think somebody was discovered at 40. So it's like
90 years old.
People been living in their cars, chasing after their dreams. They start late bloomers. Colonel Sanders failed how many times? And they didn't make it until he was 70 something.
Yo, that's exactly what I was just thinking about before you.
Like he did not even get to. He didn't even get to really enjoy his
chicken
of his labor because he failed so much. But he never gave up. He never gave up. We wouldn't have electricity today if somebody dared. We wouldn't have electricity. We wouldn't have planes. If those people gave up after the first few times that they failed, shit.
But you have to look
But
at it.
don't
this
let me
way,
talk
though.
about the fact that they stole that from us anyway. But go ahead.
But I
Listen,
kind of have to look at it this way. When
you right, sis. When you right, I'm with you.
when you make that decision to become entrepreneurial, it's not a selfish thing. It's actually for other people. Like, so I think that Colonel Sanders, this is a fun fact. I didn't know that. But after he passed, his chicken still lives on. So it's like this
Chicken still lives on.
his chicken still lives on, and we have to start thinking about brand legacy versus the brand, just stand alone. Like we talk about brand legacy in regards to family and inheritance, but also how does the family stand when you are no longer here? And I think that, I mean, we've seen evidence of Apple. We've seen evidence of
Rockefeller, Walmart,
all that,
Walgreens, CVS,
Amazon,
all of that. Well, Amazon, that nigga's still here.
He's still here. So,
but
you're also talking about public traded companies. So let's not forget that eventually they have an IPO. So that's another conversation.
That is another
y'all got me writing down all these podcast topics. Wait a minute.
And because you know what, that is a good topic to talk about. Is like, are you really selling out if you sell to a white company? So,
nope.
Somebody.
What?
You build a business to sell at some point. It
depends on what kind of business, though. It depends on what kind of business.
Not every entrepreneur wants to hold forever and forever. If somebody want to walk around and say, I'm gonna give you $40 million cash right now, plus back end and all, depending on how you structure your deal, like where the fuck do I sign?
Yeah.
Because that's where I'm talking about second generation now, not just the one immediately behind me. It's like, because I still got these other businesses. So you can take this one. Go ahead.
All these Black businesses, they are selling their business under the condition of I am still the CEO. What's his name? Tristan Walker, Bevel, president of the CEO. He's still president, but he did sell it to Procter and Gamble. Now we have a physical. We have a recent update of Mayel. I think it's a black hair brand.
She sold the Procter and Gamble recently.
Procter and Gamble. I believe she's still going to be over that though.
Well, it's when you, it's just like, I don't know if y'all are aware with, sorry to cut you off. I don't know if y'all are aware with ChatGPT and OpenAI. If you are, they just sold 75% of the company to Microsoft for
like
$10 billion. And they're right now they're saying that they're worth 29 billion. So it's okay to sell and continue to do business as usual, because it's not like you're not going to stop making money. So,
which is the point.
I don't believe, to answer your question though, Fena, I don't believe that sellout shit. Like,
I don't believe in it.
You don't know what that person's circumstances is. You don't know if they was ready to retire. You don't know if they was about to run that business into the ground.
And you know what? That could also have been the goal.
Facts. Like, I want to create a few things that I want to sell to some wealthy folks. Like, come buy.
And now you don't gotta work. You can just go sit on the beach somewhere and let your business make the money for you.
But I'm gonna do that again. I'm gonna quote this. I'm gonna quote this. This is why I do things for the culture. I look at it as reparations. This is a quote by Jay-Z in a song called "The Devil Is a Lie" with Rick Ross.
Yes.
Hey.
One line, he goes and says, "I'm getting white money, but I'm still black."
Yeah.
Facts.
That is how I plan on operating. And I call that reparations. I call that professional. I call that financial financial freedom by getting. They have 500 years in advance ahead of us. I might as well take it. If you're going to give it to me, I might as well take it. But what you're not going to take is my blackness. I will continue to be a nigga.
Hove also said they fucked around and gave the wrong nigga wealth. Because once we get into these doors, once we get these opportunities, y'all fucked up. Because now we understand the game. And that's what's different about our generation right now, this millennial boom and all that shit, and not for nothing, it's great to be Black right now because the white guilt is coming down and they ready to invest, ready to back a lot of, let's call it a fact. This is a fact. You know, they're ready to invest money so they could fucking whitewash all the dirt that they've done in the past.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh my God. What was it like for you?
I be telling people all the time, oh my God, it was so bad for them. I'm from Haiti. I don't know. Like life was different.
Yeah, we were free. Sorry.
I know they tell you that we're the poorest country, but that's what the media wants to tell you. But that's a topic for another day.
So then, you know the history of Boston?
Yeah.
Do you?
Iris,
which part are you
careful.
talking about?
Are we talking about the
I'm talking about the part where it was primarily used for lumber and prostitution of Black people.
I didn't know that.
Is that in the book? What page?
The seaport was a docking station for all the ships.
Yep.
But what they were really doing was prostituting. They were prostituting young little Black girls and boys, and that's Boston's history. That little statues you see, that nigga that they just recently took down, that was his claim to fame.
Damn.
So look it up. I used to do faux finishing for like rich people. So you go in and you do these custom paint on people's walls. And one of them happened to be an author who wrote this book, and she was trying to release it, and they wouldn't let her release it.
Damn. Well, this took a hard left.
I'm sorry. I got a little bit of wine in me. I'm just like,
woo. All right.
Talk about the injustices.
Lord Jesus.
Deep cuts.
Yeah, I know. We went real hard there. I'm gonna have to write that down. We have to have have you come back.
He said, edit that out.
back to the entrepreneurship.
Yes.
It's never gonna be a good time to start.
Never.
You ain't gotta reinvent the wheel. What else we got? You're gonna catch some L's.
Just take it and make it yours. But you guys are not afraid. Sorry, I know I said we were gonna end, but how do you not fear? I know you got to take some L's, but I guess those with kids and families, how do you combat that fear?
Yo, so prime example, Shou. This week, I lost $30,000 this week off of 2 transactions of real estate. There's nothing you can do about it.
Why?
It's like this is what happened.
To the game.
I saw the text.
You get laid off and fired at your job too unexpectedly. Anything's unexpected.
I saw the text message. I was like, damn, that fucking sucks. And then you know what I started doing? I started reaching out to other clients. Hey, spring's around the corner. Are you ready to start looking for a new home? I ain't got time to think about that shit. It's gone.
Just like that.
There's nothing I can do about it now. It's gone. Like, but then I went and looked at my budget. I was like, fuck, I was gonna be doing that with that. It was gonna pay for a couple of trademarks, and I was like, all right, well, gotta go figure out another way. That's all you can do. It's like, like Iris just said, you go to your job tomorrow and they let you work the whole shift and be like, don't come back tomorrow.
Why do you think you have security at work?
I don't know. I don't know because I'm a good employee. I don't know. Honestly,
there's no such thing. You could be the greatest employee if they got. But I'm gonna tell you right now, everything in business is about your bottom line. If you are not helping, if you could be the greatest employee and you're at the top of the food chain, and I gotta save a couple dollars, if I can get another person to replace you for less, bye boo boo.
They fired Steve Jobs.
Listen, what are you talking about? Amazon just let go of 18,000 employees. The motherfucker's worth $162 billion.
The tech world alone is so unpredictable that Facebook,
Google,
everybody's going through layoffs. You could be the best employee period. That also trickles down into another subject of capitalism and how this Western civilization definitely has us really thinking that a 9-to-5, you cannot survive without a 9-to-5. Other countries
you barely survive with a 9-to-5.
How about this? You've been trained all your life to go work a 9-to-5.
Yeah.
It's the same hours they put you at school. You're doing 8 hours at school from kindergarten all the way through high school. Then they tell you go to college. They put you in debt. Like going to college and be like, oh, here's a way to pay off these debts. Come work a 9 to 5. You're already used to these hours. Why not?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna give you health insurance. I'm gonna give you this, but every time you go to the doctor, you still gotta pay.
Yeah.
Let an emergency happen, you still paying those massive bills. Insurance don't cover all that shit.
Not even just that. If you think about the amount of stress you gain at your job, right?
Mm-hmm.
Every day you go to work for somebody, you gain all this stress. Not saying being an entrepreneur is not stressful, but at some point your goal should be to reduce. But not even that. Your goal at some point should be to reduce that stress. Like, that's not going to be a big stress problem for you anymore. That should be some type of goal. Right. But if you think about how much stress you gain at your job, they're giving you have to do this until you're 65 years old. When the hell are you supposed to enjoy your life? Like, you have to beg and ask for time off, even when you have earned time most times. I remember when I worked at the hospital, I had earned time. I had 100 and something hours, never really took time off. And they were still asking me like, well, do you really need to take these days off? Instead of, excuse me, but my earned time, I could take this whole week off and some more if I want to.
Take the whole month.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just like they program you to work. Black people are already conditioned to have certain things like high blood pressure and like depression and stress levels from dealing with that type of work and working with the type of people we work with are not the same color as us. So that's a different type of stress and mental health that we're causing on ourselves. Then to not even have enough time for retirement to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So that alone, and if you watch your parents and stuff go through retirement and have to go back to work, excuse me?
Here's another hack also why I tell people this entrepreneurship, like, it sounds great. You're just trading in 40 hours for 80. That's all you're doing. 80. And you're sitting there trying to cut down from that 80 over the years till you actually get the fruits of your labor. And sometimes it's still not enough to get the fruits of your labor. It's hard work, it's dedication, and it's grind.
I think to kind of piggyback on what you're saying, I think a lot of times it's like we've been conditioned to by TV, social pop culture that the business life is very glamorous.
Mm-hmm.
And once you actually enter it, you realize how ghetto it is. It's like, wow. So yeah, I can say, hi, my name is Fena and I am CEO and founder of this, blah, blah, blah. And when I present myself in the public, you're going to get pristine, you're going to get clean, but they don't see the struggles. I have literally, like, in the back end, I'll have like Meek Mill braids in the back end, but no one sees that. Like, no one understand the struggles that go with it and the crying. Mind you, I do come off as a thug, but I am very emotional, and I think that the breakdowns, no one talks about the breakdowns that you have to endure alone. And I say alone because even your colleagues, even us here, I don't know if we have somebody else that we can actually cry to, but sometimes you just have to let that shit out by yourself because you're the only one that's really going through it. And I even say that to those who are in a relationship with their partners and who are also romantic and financially partners. It's like sometimes the person next to you really does not understand your personal struggle with your entrepreneurial grind. And another, I meant to say this earlier, another advice would be not all advice, it belongs to you. It's just like, I think a lot of times that we read books, we hear podcasts, we hear advice from people who have made it, but that's their journey. And also the reason why I say this is because just because it worked for them might not work for you. And when you start thinking that it should work for you, you start getting frustrated as to why it didn't work for you. Your journey not look like their journey. It might look very easy. It might be a little bit easier, it might be harder. But I think that we just need to, and this is why it's dangerous that we live in a very, I say it's dangerous. If this motivational speaking, everyone are monetizing over stuff, BS that they're speaking, and people face value. It's very dangerous because a lot of times, a lot of people don't even come with experience. They're just saying things that sound good and they're getting paid for it.
And that's why I tell people I'm not a motivational speaker. Yeah. Like when I go speak, I'm a public speaker who's speaking from life experiences that happened to me. And I tell people this when I go speak, I'm going to talk to you for about 45 minutes. Some shit is gonna go in one ear and out the other. It's not for you. But there's somebody in here that's gonna resonate with some part of my story that is gonna change their life. That's what I'm here for.
Facts.
The rest of you 60 motherfuckers, 100 motherfuckers, I'm not for you. And it's okay, because I'm not here to motivate all y'all.
Right.
I'm here to give you my story, and what you take from it is what you take from it. That's all it is. That's why, like, even when I listen to these podcasts, like Fena said, that it worked for them. It's not. It might not work for me. It might work for me, but I'm gonna put it in my tool bag and be like, all right, this ain't for me. And what worked for me, go in the tool bag. What's not, I'm gonna throw it away. They teach you that shit in the military. Like, every leader is gonna teach you something, whether the right way, the wrong way, or something that you can add on for later on.
Facts.
That's it.
Facts.
Shou got her sleepy eyes on. By the way, you may have to cut this into part A and part B, because nigga, we've been on here for almost
For 3, I just looked at the time. I was sitting there
I
like,
didn't look at that time. My child probably called the police on my behind.
If you notice, Shou's the only one with sleepy eyes right now. The rest of us all wide-eyed, like, oh yeah, let's talk.
because y'all don't sleep. Because y'all don't sleep like at all. Like, but we are gonna sign off, and I would love for everybody. I do have my sleepy eyes because I'm asleep by 10 o'clock because I'm tired. But I'm not gonna talk about being tired to a bunch of entrepreneurs. So that's why I didn't even say nothing like that, because y'all don't sleep.
I saw your eyes. I literally was like,
I know. I'm just like,
I'm like, she's tired.
listen. But I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and share your social medias. I will be adding it to the description, and then we will sign off. But go ahead, whoever wants to go first. Jay, I'm gonna let you go first because you know.
So yeah, Crystallite, www.crystalliteevents.com. Crystallite Events across Facebook and Instagram.
He is your PR. That's marketing right there. I don't understand. Like, you need to put him on the payroll like Kev did. That's all I gotta say.
I'm about to go snap them pictures tomorrow, son.
Pictures outside the auditorium.
I'll be holding it like.
Y'all better go get you a bouncy house and put it inside the auditorium.
You gotta label it right for tax purposes. My child is a child model. That's why he's able to get paid.
Facts.
He is an influencer on social media. That is why he gets paid for other things that I do.
Oh, you know what? That's another topic. Children influencers. Go ahead. Iris, I'm gonna have you go ahead. Drop your Instagram.
My podcast name is The Industrial, and that's the INDUSTREAL, talking about the real deal in the industries, kind of like what we discussed. You could talk about what it really means to do your job versus what people assume you do. And my Instagram page is a little personal, a little business, but it's FAYM as in Michael, E84.
Awesome. Dave.
You can follow me on Instagram at DAP channel. It's DAPP channel. And if you want to check out our animation series, it's Zach, ZACH, and DAP, ANDDAPP. You can follow it on YouTube. We've completed the first season on YouTube, and then you'll find like random shorts on Instagram as well. Same username, so check it out.
Awesome. Fena.
I'm gonna do it like 11 hip hop. Hey, it's Fena. This is your girl Fena.
You don't even watch Love and Hip Hop anymore, do you?
I actually don't. I've never watched it, to be very honest with you. I don't really believe in reality shows. But okay, so you can find me. I have to look up my name because I know it's so phenomenal.
It's so phenomenal.
I know, but I don't know. Dyslexia kind of takes over, and I just be like, it's a lot of M's and N's. Ugh. It's So Phenomenal. It's a play off of my name, so it's SOFENO M as in Mary ENAL, and that is my personal page. But if you want to follow the brand page, it starts the same way. You can't miss it. But if you follow me, you can actually see it in my bios under So Phenomenal Agency Group.
Are we getting a Blacktoberfest 2023?
What's funny is that I'm currently in Blacktoberfest planning right now.
Bet I'm gonna hold off my pregnancy. Go ahead, Black.
Oh my God.
That's correct.
Listen, I have
What
missed all of
Wait
them.
a minute. Wait.
No,
I
no,
wasn't ready, bro. That just hit me all kinds of
What?
sideways.
What?
I'm about to text
Yeah,
Renard
that-
I
tomorrow.
keep mixing
For real,
them.
Renard's
I
a
keep
slave, son.
missing them.
She's like, come make this baby, nigga.
I keep missing them. I got pregnant, then it was COVID. Then she was supposed to have it last year, but the world didn't shut down on us. I couldn't have it.
Yo,
year,
I'm not gonna lie, I was mad last year because I was like, this is the first time
Oh,
I'm in town. I can
I
go
was
and do
about to
this
go
shit.
too.
People hit me up
She
crying.
did that announcement. I was like, what the fuck?
I was ready to have Blacktoberfest
Set.
in November. Okay, I was ready
And I
for
was
it.
We
planning
can
on
do it
doing
this
it too,
month
but
if y'all want.
I
I think you
Kev.
can pull it off.
Kev, I'm gonna have you close out.
I am Kevin B the Brand on all social platforms. KevinBTheBrand.com coming soon. That's where you'll get updates on the hosting, speaking, real estate, fashion, media, print, entertainment, philanthropy, production. And I'll keep the rest under wraps for now.
Bad.
To look at the
Man,
board
you
real
can't
quick.
know.
Here to look at the board.
Nah, some of the stuff, yeah, no.
sometimes you don't need to. I think a lot of people get too presumptuous and start putting out their
Yeah,
it doesn't happen.
yeah. Like some of the stuff, I'm like, I'm still learning the industry.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, no.
We got
The
niggas
other
in
stuff,
Boston
I'm
that
actually
just signed to
in the process of doing stuff, trademarks, LLCs being created. So like, I could talk on those slightly because people be out here like my man Dap said, they be stealing like there's no tomorrow, boy.
Just scamming.
I put an idea out there one time and it disappeared. And you know what I learned about trademarks real quick? We're on a business podcast right now. Trademarks, you have to trademark in the States and internationally.
I did not know that.
I did not know that until my shit got stolen over there.
Thank you.
I sent it out to a third party and a third party vendor, and they took the shit and sold it to somebody else.
Word.
And they trademarked it.
And that's the big problem with the AI shit too, bro. That's
I hate that happened to you, but that's lesson learned.
It's cool. I didn't even want to. It kind of helped me because I knew that wasn't my lane to be in anyways. After I did more research into it, I was like, go ahead, keep that shit.
He said, I didn't want it anyway.
That's
in other words, you can't even trust your family.
That's why like attorneys always, that's why this attorney that I work with, even if I go and pitch an idea or I use a third party vendor, she has me NDAs. Everything. Like if I'm sitting in a meeting with you, before we say hello, can you sign this NDA, please? Like,
yeah, you got
but
to.
that's what you learn along the way. Like
this
is stuff we're not taught these things. You know what I mean? Like NDAs, trademarking, LLC. People think the moment you get an LLC, you're Gucci. No, you're not.
No, that's just the beginning.
There's so many more steps that you got to do.
And that's Pandora's box.
Just from learning how to build business credit, that's how I learned a lot of this other shit. I'm like, damn, I didn't know this shit. They said just start an LLC, you're good. Nah.
Yep.
No way.
Nah.
Believe that.
All right, y'all. I've yawned 8 times already. I appreciate this. I've learned a lot. I will be joining your boat. See, I almost said I hope to join your boat. I will be joining.
Bang. Speaking definitely.
I almost said your lane, but I'm gonna create my own lane.
Yep.
And maybe in the future somebody will interview me about being a podcast and taking this leap, and I'll make sure to shout each and every one of y'all on this journey. I appreciate y'all.
Next time, I'll interview you, girl.
We're gonna make that
Yeah,
work.
if she got a notebook with her, she good to go.
You write that down, Iris. You remember to text me.
But what was that question?
I appreciate y'all. I do hope to have more conversations with you, whether it's this topic, whether it's a part 2, 5, or about other stuff. I will be reaching out to some of y'all about some of the stuff that we discussed and branching out on different topics. But I appreciate y'all. I love y'all, and have a good night because now it's almost tomorrow.